Tell me a little bit about the house here and what it was all involved in going into putting it together.
Well, we started looking for a house last year after the designer house closed in the end of May, and Joanne and Joyce, our co-chairmen, found this house, which had been used in 1999 as a designer house, and the work began shortly thereafter with the committee getting together and planning for this wonderful opening tonight, with the help of course, our wonderful designer, our interior designers, and the landscapers, the professionals who give of their time to make this a successful event.
It is a massive undertaking. I estimated that we have 1,200 people that come together to put on the Bucks County Designer House. The designers, the landscapers, the boutiques, the committees, the community volunteers. It is a undertaking of a tremendous proportion. I started last April in search of a house. There are about 30 houses that I looked at, but there's so many qualities that you need to have. So it's very difficult finding a house. And once we find the house, then the committee starts.
I'm amazed at the work that's going on here to transform this place into the gorgeous showplace it is. I remember when we first moved in here in 1962, driving down the driveway, I asked my father, looking at the house, I said, "Are we rich?" And he said, "Well, I spent all the money I had to buy this house, and 50 years later, we're going to recoup some of that, we hope." So, but it was a great place to live, and fond memories here, and delighted with all the great work they've done here.
So, Richard, tell me a little bit about why you came up with this theme.
The theme was inspired by the architecture of the house. This section of the house was built in the 1920s, and it felt so befitting to take a Beyond Gatsby theme for this gracious 40-foot living room with its beam ceilings and its Georgian fireplace. And the feeling was to create this space to party within the home, sort of a gathering place within the home. So we have this beautiful built-in bar with the piano across from it, which sets the center stage of this room. And then we encompass the room with glazed walls with beaded glitter details that feels like a beaded flapper dress from the 1920s.
When I went to Doylesdown Hospital, it was like the Ritz-Carlton. I had a private room, I had room service, and the wonderful woman who came to my house to take my blood every other day was one of the heads of Designer House. So I wanted to give something back. That year I designed and made 1,000 bracelets for them, which I donated and they sold. And every year I have had my own paintings in the Designer House, and I've always sold work, and I give them 50% of whatever I sell.
The tea room was a collaboration between myself and Kristen Perry from the Kitchen Potager, and she specializes in a lifestyle of living from the garden, and she has created a line of botanical tea blends. And I am a decorative painter and artist and picture framer, so we added my touches for the decoration and artistry in the tea room, and her benefit of the garden element. And we're actually going to be serving teas here from Wednesday to Sunday with scones and everything, and people can either have it in here or they can take it on the garden outside.